Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our 22nd annual Cum Laude ceremony. Students, please place your hats and any other belongings under your chairs. Special guests and parents, please place your phones on silent or airplane mode. Please stand for the singing of the national anthem, accompanied by our symphony orchestra.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea, our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every state advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair. Beneath the radiant Southern Cross we'll toil with hearts and hands to make this commonwealth of ours renowned of all the lands. For those who come across the seas, we've boundless place to share. With courage let us all combine to advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please take a seat. Good afternoon to Member of the Board of Trustees, Professor Coughlin and Ms Cutting, staff, students, and to our guests to the school this afternoon, the parents and families of our Senior School Cum Laude Award winners. Welcome to the school's 22nd Annual Cum Laude Assembly. I also wish to offer a warm welcome to our guest speaker this afternoon, Mr Sean Murray-Smith. Sean was captain of the school in 1998, and it is a pleasure for me to welcome him back to his school this afternoon. You may recall that Sean was to be our guest speaker at our Cum Laude Assembly last year. However, his plane was delayed and he arrived at the school 15 minutes after the assembly finished. This year, Sean arrived last night. And I really would like to thank him for setting aside today and spending some time with us. You will hear more about Sean's achievements when he is introduced a little later in the assembly. The prime purpose of education is the development of the human intellect in all its dimensions: social, cultural, moral, spiritual, and physical. With this purpose at the core of our teaching and learning, education should prepare students to become independent, informed, and responsible citizens, and to empower them to deal with the complexity, diversity, and change evident in an increasingly globalised world. As a school community, it is imperative that we empower our students with a love of learning and a healthy spirit of inquiry, by which the young men and women in our care will learn the skills to not only access knowledge, but also to apply it in an increasingly globalised and complex world. It is my view that this environment exists at Townsville Grammar School. Through a thorough program of philosophical debate, strategic development, policy development implementation, student and parent liaison, revised organisational structures, and staff development, a forward-thinking and progressive ethos has been established at TGS. An environment has been created in which students are challenged to apply themselves to their learning, strengthening the ability of the staff to deliver differentiated programs that meet the needs of the students, all within the framework of traditional school values. In doing so, a stimulating, balanced and inclusive educational environment has been provided where students can feel comfortable to take appropriate risks to challenge their intellectual, physical and personal growth. The purpose of our assembly this afternoon is to unashamedly celebrate academic excellence and the virtues of hard work and scholarship. Our academic charter identifies the importance of an environment where learning and scholastic achievement are highly valued. And above all else, an environment where it is okay to do well. For me, I do not think we can ask any more of our students, but to do their very best. And at the same time, we should not expect anything less. The Cum Laude Awards are an important and integral element of our academic culture, and it's important that we savour and celebrate success. This afternoon, we have the opportunity to acknowledge the students in years 10 to 12 who performed at the highest academic levels throughout semester 1. I offer my congratulations to not only all of the awardees, but I extend my sincere thanks to those who provide significant assistance to the students as well. Parents, families and school staff who do so much to ensure that students here today are able to achieve their very best. Congratulations to all. Thank you.
As Mr Kelly mentioned, our guest speaker today, Sean Murray-Smith, was a grammarian who completed his studies in 1998. Not only was Sean the school captain in that year, he was also the White House captain, he was the vice captain of the rugby union, of the rugby union first 15. He was involved in the production, the HMAS Pinafore production that year. He was a member of a band called the Hybrid Band, awarded winner of the Best Original Song at the North Queensland Rock Awards. He was a very busy boarder indeed. After his time at Townsville Grammar, he went to the University of Wollongong, where he graduated with honours in exercise science and rehabilitation. He was awarded a research scholarship for academic achievement in motor control and dysfunction. After university, he began working in the fitness and the private injury rehabilitation industry. His love of developing the human body for peak performance soon led to work as a regional strength and conditioning coach for the New South Wales Institute of Sport and strength coach of the Illawarra Hawks. Mr Murray-Smith has worked with many Olympians. He currently lives in Wollongong with his wife and 2 children. Please welcome Mr Sean Murray-Smith to the microphone.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. As already pointed out, it's a pleasure to actually be here speaking to you today. There are so many memories that I have being in this hall, assemblies, playing sport, up in the gym, out in the pool. Last year when I missed the assembly, I feel really grateful that I was able to walk through the grounds, have a look at the buildings, see the students in the classroom learning. It was a wonderful opportunity for me. But before I came to grammar, it didn't seem like it was such an easy decision. I'll provide some insight. I went to the same high school that a lot of my friends went to on the south coast of New South Wales. On paper, this school ranked highly in the high school certificate, so you'd think it's a pretty good school. But the reality of this school was very different. There was violence in the schoolyard every day. There was an underlying sense of fear and harassment, both verbal and physical, on a daily basis. This was not a safe place. This was not a nurturing environment. There was no pride. There was no school spirit. In this environment, I suffered. Then an opportunity arose. I was offered a chance to go far away to a boarding school in Townsville. I was off to Cathedral. Until a teacher from Townsville Grammar spoke to my dad and changed plans. I had to make a decision very quickly. It was not my strongest quality. My family would tease me for taking 5 minutes to choose the flavour of my paddle pop. But it was always chocolate. It still is. Anyway, back to the story. I was sent some information about the school and I decided that I would do it. At the time, it was a huge risk. I didn't know a single person at this school. I'd never been to a boarding school. In fact, I'd never lived with boys before. In a family with 7 children, I'm the only boy. Yes. So my first few days at this school were an absolute shock to the system. I had doubts. I was homesick. I missed what was familiar to me. But the teachers were really nice. People were helpful and showed me where to go whenever I looked lost. And I did look lost. I was a little surfy kid, obsessed with basketball. I was different. But then I noticed other people were different too. Being different was not a negative. Being different is not a negative, not at all. I quickly felt like I was a part of the boarding community. I loved the sense of pride amongst the boarders at TGS. As I became more comfortable in my surroundings, I noticed that this was shared with other students in the school and the staff at the school. I felt as though I was part of something special, and it boosted my confidence. After my first term here at Grammar, I was shown more kindness and personal interest than my years at the other school. Now, if we fast forward to year 12, to look at the activities I was involved in, you might assume that I had no idea what I wanted to do. I was trying it all. But in reality, I was presented with so many opportunities that it would have been crazy not to take them up. I chose to develop all parts of me to grow as an individual and put no limits on what I could try or do. I was not just a sports guy. I was not just a music and drama guy. I didn't have to be one thing or another because I had opportunities to be the best version of myself. This is what taking opportunities can bring. You may not like everything that you try, but at least you have chosen to try. And in doing so, you learn and you understand more about yourself and what you believe in. Throughout my university life, I continued to embrace opportunities through extra practical placements and assisting in research. Then further into my career as an exercise physiologist and strength and conditioning coach, I took opportunities to meet with others in my field and offered my time and experience to new graduates. In doing so, I've been able to work with some of the best athletes on the planet and some of the nicest people too. I experience as much pride in seeing an athlete on the international stage achieving their goals as my client who's afraid of heights swinging on a rope and jumping onto a box. I believe wholeheartedly that my good fortune in life has come from recognizing opportunities and taking that difficult first step out of my comfort zone to try something new. But there's something else I believe with all my heart. Every day, with our actions and words, we have the opportunity to positively influence the lives of those around us. Simple gestures, such as a smile, a wave, holding the door open for someone, can change someone's day. Larger gestures, such as volunteering or donating what you have to those less fortunate, can change their day or their life. Look for these opportunities and build these positive behaviours into your normal day. I try to lead by example and instill this philosophy of human kindness in my children too. Lastly, I'd like to congratulate those receiving awards today. It's so important that we can stop for a moment and recognise your success. I would also like to acknowledge those who have helped you get to this point. This may be your family, a tutor, a teacher, a fellow student helping you. If you have helped someone through your actions and your words, in doing so, you've helped to create success and you can share in their happiness today. Thank you very much.
Parents and guests, dignitaries and students, it's my pleasure to announce those students who have received a Cum Laude award for 2019. At the conclusion of each year group, the students will stand on the platform below or on ground level, and at this time we'll clap them together as a cohort. I want to remind you of the program for today's award ceremony. I'll just read out our Cum Laude with praise is presented to students as follows. In years 10, 11 and 12 who gain a very high achievement in at least 3 subjects. For our International Baccalaureate students who receive 3 subject results of 6 or 7 standards. For our Year 10s, Caitlin Ainsworth, Joshua Borquin, Elise Chambers, Mishti Dua, Matthew Ferguson, Christian Hensman, Jemima Krasansky, Xanthi Lamari, Nyana Lankathalaki, Haidang Lakong, and Ruben Nethery. As I stated, we'll wait for Ruben to make his way down the bottom before we congratulate all of our Year 10. Ladies and gentlemen, our Year 10 awardees. Moving on to Year 11, Hannah Anir, Sophie Barlow. Sophie will be presented down the bottom. Coming back up to Macy Bennett. Ivana Bayak. Lucinda Carter. Isabella Dowling. Imogen Fern. Emily Lafferty. Craig May. Sarah Moody. And Amber Yuan. Please congratulate our Year 11s. Moving up to our Year 12, Kimberly Brown, Jessie Jobowitz, Christopher Moores, Alexandra Murdoch, Jeremy C., Lewis Warrington, and Tina Z. Our Year 12 awardees. As our next group are coming forward, we have our Magna Cum Laude with high praise. This is presented to students in Years 10, 11 and 12 who gain a very high achievement in at least 4 subjects. For our International Baccalaureate students who receive 4 subject results of a 6 or 7 standard. For our Year 10, Vatsal Anand, Darcy Arnold, Casey Chappell, Wasifa Chowdhury, Alden English, Thomas Gray, Erin Keogh, Savannah Lee, Charlotte Mead, Jasmine Rose, Tia Sakaguchi, and Sophie Trainer. Please put your hands together for our Year 10s. Moving up now to our Year 11. Jade Abrahams, Victoria Bonahai, Gordon Chan, Katrina DeProse, Adam Fitler, Tia Hart, Katarina Plum, Joshua Razalam, Anna Umetskaya, and Sarah Waddell. Ladies and gentlemen, our Year 11. Moving up to our Year 12. Started off with Ben Coughlin, Sarah Cunningham, James Cattell, Oscar Donalek, Cherry Garley, Fumbi Kazum, Louisa Naturga Varela, and Audrey Ning. Well done to our Year 12s. And so we move on to our Maxima Cum Laude. Again, it is for highest praise. It's presented to students as follows. And I want to take a moment just to signify what I'm about to read. For Year 10, 11 and 12 students who achieve at least 5 very high achievements and 1 high achievement in their respective subjects. For our International Baccalaureate students who receive at least 5 results as a 6 or 7 and 1 result of a 5 standard. For our Year 10s, Millie Andrews, Ella Banks, Samuel Brooks, Louis Dominic Castaneda, Phoebe Evans, Leo Fairley, Ashani Hazratwala, Sarah Jacob, Kira Kavanagh, Sasha Lee Rowell, Daniel Lee, Tammy Lee, Oliver Livingston, Daniel Perez Castillo, Elise Pickering, Sneha Renabat, Lily Reeves, Amity Searle, Amy Smith, Lachlan Taylor, Nessie Wira Surya, and Gun Yun. Please put our hands together for this large group. Moving up now to Year 11, Harrison Baxter, Alyssa Binder, Lachlan Carey, Amy Cummins, Sophie De Jersey, Matishi Gamatij, Georgia Gorry, Dia Iyer, Elizabeth Keneally, Kiara Larkin, Maya Miller, Kai Nguyen Try, Felix Pountney, Emily Price, Chelsea Smith, Sarah Timothy, Ria Urkaday, Amy Welsh, and Lachlan Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, are Year 11? And so we move to our Year 12. Nasanth Adulam, Cara Banks, Verinda Bavea, sorry Verinda, Damanthi Gamaj, Manav Gupta, Sally Jones, Jovi Kong, Alyssa Lee Nauer, Nagita Nair, Ziying Ni, Tin Pham, Rachel Perotti, Simran Rao, Emma Robertson, Prajna Sankar, Alpha She, Owen Spanswick, Amy Stevenson, Jessica Stobie, Stephen Terry, and Emma Zich. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our Year 12, Maxima Cum Laude.
This year is a production year, of which we have every other year. And if you haven't booked already, we are performing William Shakespeare's last play, The Tempest, 22nd to the 24th of August at the Entertainment Centre. To reflect that is our musical performance for today. To perform The Tempest by Robert Smith is our symphony orchestra, conducted by the Director of Music, Mr. Samuel Blanche. Please welcome them.
A wonderful performance. If you haven't already, there's still an opportunity to purchase some Tempest tickets and you will experience music and acting of that quality. Definitely worth a look. The Alan D. Morwood Academic Awards are presented to Year 12 students who have achieved a Cum Laude award in every of their 5 years at grammar since Year 7. It is my pleasure now to present those recipients for 2019. Nisant Agalan, Verinda Bavaja, Ben Coughlin, Sarah Cunningham, Sherry Galley, Demanthi Gamage, Sally Jones, Alyssa Lee Kanawa, Nikita Nair, Luisa Natoga Veria, Zing Ni, Tim Fan, Rachel Perotti, Simran Rao, Emma Robertson, Prajna Sankar, Owen Spanswick, Amy Stevenson, Jessica Stobie, Stephen Terry, Emma Zitsky, please congratulate our Morwood recipients.
I would like to thank Mr. Murray Smith for taking the time to join us today. I understand this is the second ceremony that you've attended today, so thank you on behalf of all the students from both the middle school and the senior school. The school is very happy to have you back, and we are fortunate to be able to hear about your journey after graduating. It sounds like your time at Grammar was filled with many achievements as a result of your hard work. Too bad you weren't in Rowland House though. As a past grammarian, we know that you share an understanding of the effort that many students have put in and the gratitude that comes with receiving a Cum Laude award. It's amazing to think that we've shared the same beginnings here at this very school, walked some of the same corridors, sat in some of the same classrooms. And to see where you've taken your education and experience is not only an inspiration to us all, but an eye-opener to the many opportunities available to us. Thank you for delivering such an engaging and enlightening speech, and for encouraging us all to be the best version of ourselves by always taking opportunities to try. I'm sure your thoughtful words on this will remain with us for a long time to come. On behalf of the school, I would like to present you with a small token of our thanks for taking the time to join us today and sharing your insightful words with us. Thank you again. We will now be singing the school song accompanied by our symphony orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, we encourage you to stand up and join in with the singing of the school song. The words will also be on the screen. School, please stand.
verum habites agentum, numero carens amentum, opes facilis naturae, patribus ad nostris curae, idagamus meliores ut fiamus, sicut bene huc in trato, melius in exeato.
Tum sescenti tans vilades, nostros diligemus laudes, stella splendens et niture, tans vilades pudiore, idagamus meliores ut fiamus, sicut bene huc in trato, melius in exeato.
That concludes today's assembly. In a moment, I will invite special guests and our parents and, of course, our awardees for light refreshments over in the boarding house. Please make sure you exit through the centre aisle. Please remain standing for the departure of the official party. I now invite parents, special guests, and our awardees for light refreshments. School, please be seated.
Awardees, could you please listen? If you are an Alan Morwood awardee, you need to have your photo taken on the steps. So you need to report to Mrs. Scott when you go outside, all the Alan Morwood awardees.